Now she can't hurt me with her claws.
What the Sigma? He's friends with the Cappy.
Tibby. Look at that. I just got back from the gym. All right, everybody. I got my car loaded up with my Tibby and 2 stool samples. That's right. I got a stool from her and a stool from the boy after separating them. We're going to run a fecal test on those poo-poo cacas. Now, she is eating just fine. She's pooping about once a day. I just want to make sure that she didn't have anything blocking her system.
Uncle Ben with the poop delivery for today. This is a stray puppy that had been viciously attacked. After that, Dr. Cruz and I went ahead and poked Tibby to give her an exam, and then we lined her up for an X-ray. That's her little colon. Look at that.
Wow.
So she's gonna poop a lot. I think she just got a little bit upsetty spaghetti with her tummy for a minute.
Yeah. And this is her precious little heart.
All right, everybody. Timothy is doing very well, and all things wild is still getting all kinds of animals. Pork for the angry Tibby. No, that should be just fine for him. Look how angry he is. And Tibula is now eating her pork, so now these guys are finally eating again. And I guess they were just cringe for a couple days.
Good morning, everybody. We're going into the fall drought. Look how brown everything is. And I'm not allowed to just run the sprinklers on every night here because we're at a water deficit. They're doing water conservation in Waco now. Good morning, ladies. But let's go ahead and check on those pumpkins that we gave these boys last. Oh, and the Cappies really love swimming around in this puddle. And it's nice and clean. They don't poop in there. There's a couple poops in there, but really not that much. They tend to take all their poos and put them back there in the corner. Guys have been chewing on this all night and they barely broke through it. They broke into this one, but they still haven't even broken into this pumpkin yet.
Look at that. And that video is going to be on the Cappy Blappy MUKBANG channel. Look at this beautiful bowl.
But you can see the grooves of their teeth on there. That's so cute. Precious little creatures. I won't need to feed them for a while. Oh, just kidding. There are a bunch of turds in there. Okay. Yeah, I could probably only let them swim around in here for another day, and then we're going to have to move them back there. But it's nice and dry now. And the weather's staying nice and warm. It's going to stay in the 60s for the low for the next 10 days. Doesn't get very cold here in the fall, at least until November. What the Sigma? Yeah, this is where they've been pooping. Look at how the iguana's over here, you guys. He must have gotten out. What was that boy doing? Look at this cringe boy. He must have come over here to eat the pumpkin. Hello there. No, get back here. Iguana at the farm for today. Look at that, you guys. He's friends with the Cappies. It looks like they have no qualm with each other. Good thing he's so friendly. He could have hurt them. Both Tibbies are now eating their food.
I'll put your food right there.
But this is my routine now. I give these guys, oh, come on.
Precious little Tibberties.
And I feed them on the flat surface. I clean, vacuumed everything here. I was told that once the pine shavings get old, pine pellets aren't ideal for felines for litter because they can't inhale them. Now this whole place is nice and set up. We got the little cat tower there. I moved Pepe into the snake room, but I might just refill this and put him back in here. I don't think these guys are going to eat them. But look at that, you guys. They're both eating and doing well together. Yeah, I use conditioner.
Ever heard of it?
We went ahead and trimmed her nails a tiny bit while she's still in here because I'm gonna keep her inside until she can get her vaccinations done. I'm gonna wait until both of these guys have their vaccinations before we move them outside and then start neglecting them horribly. Tibby! Look at this Tibby, and now she can't hurt me with her claws. And I realized that was like the majority of the pain I was experiencing.
And what's great is this guy doesn't want anything to do with me. I don't need to trim his claws or anything at all. But while she's being mean and cringe, she can get hers trimmed. But look at this, you guys. Look who loves their new cat tower. I'm gonna go ahead and put some pillows at the base of this so they don't break their legs. And now that I finally cleaned, I'm sitting down to edit a video for you guys. But this is my dog, Boo Boo. I love that he just sits there and thinks. From the look of his jaws, it looks like he's chewing on something.
All right, everybody, this is the new setup. Welcome back to the Kitten nursery. They love climbing on this bad boy, and there's Kevin. And now they're doing a lot better. They both look a lot more comfy now.
All right, everybody, I moved the cat tower off the porch. Now both the Tibbies are out here. All right, everybody, in one of the last videos, I showed you guys that I released a bunch of mice in that room over there. One of them was living under the fridge, and this little guy just caught him.
I'm pretty sure he just ate that thing instantly.
Oh, I see it, you guys. Mouse in the house for today. Well, some of you guys might think, Ben, that's mega cringe that you just have domestic mice running around your house. I think it's epic. I did want to show you guys real quick. This is what my daily routine has been. I like to cut up these pork chops. This seems to be the only thing they're eating nowadays. Cut these into small pieces into the bowl, and then I cut them up even more. After this, I will add the Missouri supplement for slab meat. At this point, I basically just kind of memorize the amount that I need to put in. But you want to use a scale, and you do it by weight, typically. And there are some ways I can meal prep this to make it a little easier. There's also a company that sells to zoos already pre-made meat. My friend that runs a carnivore rehab up north said that she'd be able to send me me some. But this is what I'm doing for now. I could also give them salmon. You could also give them chicken, chicken hearts, chicken livers. But Tibby for sure loves eating this stuff. So thank you guys for praying for her when she wasn't eating earlier, because she is doing so much better now. I've been told by a couple mentors that until they're about 4 months old, it's best to give them milk to keep them from getting metabolic bone disease. And Tibby already was high risk for that. But now that he's in here and distracted by this ball, I'm gonna walk out this door, close this one, and trap them. That is my method for trapping them in this room. But in here, they get the sunlight from the windows, and yes, even though it doesn't get all the UVB, it's better than nothing. I also have a crazy vitamin D supplement in there too. These guys will be able to go outside into a flight pen as soon as they are old enough and finish all of their vaccines, because there could have been all kinds of nasty stuff in those flight pens. But look, she loves drinking the milk and he loves eating the chimp kid. And like I said, you guys, these guys don't really like other people. Tibby is probably at risk of liking people a little too much. But if this guy sees another person come into my house, he will freak out. It took him a while to get comfortable with me, and that's just from watching Tibby attack me nonstop. But as you can see, this is a super enriching little room here for him. And honestly, it's kind of everything that they need right now. These guys are very happy in here, and they're good about sharing. For a second, I was worried about him scaring her away from the food, but he was just eating and she jumped on top of him. So I think they're gonna be okay. All right, Sigmas, today's the day. I got all these guys on Craigslist, and someone offered me all these guys for free. I already basically got a buddy I can rehome them to. But these poor things have never stepped foot in water. That's right, these little guys were living in a wire cage, basically a rabbit hutch for their entire life. I'm surprised they can even walk this well. Look, you guys, they're scared. As you guys can see, the cappies are still working on those pumpkins over there. It goes to show how big those pumpkins are. And these cappies could leave here whenever they want. I have that door open. What the skibbity? I've been coming out at night to do my chores, and look at Bevo swimming out of his little lodge. As you can see, he's been loving the pumpkin. He's been working on that. And I keep getting distracted. I need to catch that iguana. Piccolo figured out how to escape his little enclosure. He's just been eating pumpkins non-stop. Are you gonna bite me, Piccolo? No, you're not gonna bite me. You're still just a precious little baby, aren't you, Piccolo? All right, buddy, how's about we get you back in there before you get swooped up by a hawk? Just kidding, you guys. These guys are basically apex predators in their own little niche here. I suppose a coyote or something could kill these guys, but for the most part, nothing really kills them in Florida except for people. And that is why they are so invasive. Now, this guy wouldn't survive a winter here. It's really not until like mid-November that it gets a little bit too cold for this little fella. And even then, it's not too bad. These guys start falling out. Oh, look at my dog, Boo Boo. And what I meant to say before my crippling ADHD kicked in is that these guys fall out of trees whenever it gets below 40 degrees in Florida. This little guy is acting all kinds of cringe right now. And Boo Boo won't stop licking me because I'm sweaty. He loves the salt on my skin. I just got back from the gym. Precious little Boo Boo getting his minerals. I might have to get him a salt block. Wonder if he just climbs these trees and hangs out up there during the day. That's probably what he does at night, honestly. Part of me really wants to just let him enjoy being a... Oh, look at the baby sniffing those little guys. Enjoy being a wild little iguana here on the property, because I know he would stay, especially as long as we have those pumpkins there. And you can see from his little face that he's been eating a lot of pumpkin. I'm sure he's been eating other little lizards and other things that are in these trees. They also eat the leaves and grass and all kinds of other little things. In fact, he might be the one that ate all the umbrella grass over there. But I know if I did that, the entirety of reptile YouTube and pet YouTube would hate me. Oh, Uncle Ben's letting an invasive species free range on his property. Oh, look at that, you guys. He's climbing the tree. He didn't get very high. Hanging out in his natural habitat, which is the trees. Wow, look at that, you guys. And again, I can always climb these trees and just grab him. He's not going to be hanging out anywhere else tonight. The lows are in the high 60s at night for the next 10, probably 20 days. I think Piccolo's going to be just fine here, but I am going to go catch him tonight to all the people that get triggered about that. This little girl, for some reason, is still nursing, which is mega cringe. Cappies are coming in here because I put all kinds of hay and food in here for them. It's not getting too cold for them at night anymore at all. At least they're comfortable in here, so whenever they want to just hang out, they can go in there. As you guys can see, these guys all have access to come and go from this paddock as they please. They just choose to stay here by the smaller pond because of all this pumpkin. And man, oh man, did they make short work of that. Look at this, you guys. What a beautiful little sight. We really did turn this little crack house with a nasty barn and dump into a lovely little sanctuary teeming with life. Sigma the baby always likes to just hang out by himself in the most comfy spots. But look at this, you guys. These ducks are not used to swimming at all. So this is all winter ryegrass. I'm gonna put all the cappies and stuff in here whenever it starts to get real cold. Basically farming grass for all those guys in here. Beaver-ho. Boo-boo, help me herd these guys into the water. This is what happens, especially when Muscovy ducks are never given access to water, you guys. Don't know what to do and they won't even swim. Look at this precious little baby boy. Oh, I love you, Bevo. There's always more work to be done and a lot of work that I'm not showing you guys behind the scenes to keep all these things alive and healthy. But it is nice to discipline myself every now and then to come out here and actually enjoy these creatures and spend time with the good Lord. And honestly, it's hard not to admire the Lord when you got all these interesting little weird things running around. Like, what even is this? What is this little weird thing? What is that little creature? What bizarre little fellows we have here at the ranch. And just look at this tail. Whoa. Big, beautiful beaver tail. God just made this little thing. Let's see Andrew Eubank show you guys a beaver tail. Let's see Sam Sulik lift one beaver tail. Look at this. Bro has some pumpkin in his mouth. Man, this is a perfect little place for all these animals. There's my son Patrick, who is now blacker and blacker by the day. Now he's almost completely black. Mr. Sigma the baby, may I shake your hand, sir? I'm gonna grab some more sticks on campus so Bevo can have some more. Look at that, you guys. Kangaroo and Cappy eating pumpkins in harmony. They sure do love that pumpkin. That's real good for their digestive system. I'm sure it's good for mama to be getting that nutrients for that baby who's about ready to leave that pouch. These guys all love their food and the little fellas are getting along with them super well. What the skibbity? The groundhoggerino lives in there. Or I've even seen him hanging out in here with them, which is so weird. Precious little Bibberton protects the hole. Sure do love this beautiful little creature. And I'm just glad that at least he lets me come right up to him and stare at him like this. They got a lot of hay, all this Timothy to eat, and infinite food that they store in there too. I even just heard one of them yahoo. Isn't it so much nicer to have a little community for these guys? Look at that little fella. And to just keep them in a cringe cage. This literally is Ounce-topia, and I'm gonna keep working on it and making it look amazing. Now we know where Piccolo sleeps at night, you guys. Honestly, that's not a bad spot. He's really close to the water and everything else. That is so cute. Tonight I'll get some boys and a ladder and I'll show you guys how we catch these invasive creatures. I might even shoot it down with a blow dart or put a crossbow bolt in its head and pretend to rescue it later. Just like the great Florida YouTubers of old. Gee, I sure can't wait. But to those of you that did get triggered, Piccolo is still very happy and eating all kinds of honeydew in here. And this is 3 weeks in the future. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Eat the honeydew. And the dogs have free range of the whole property again. And the grass grew back. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, almost forgot to tell you. And because I love you guys, here's your base scripture of the day. Hebrews 11:6.